of all the identifications that we have, the identification with the face is probably one of the strongest ones. When we try to identify someone, we usually do that via their face. If, for example, somebody's asking for my ID has a picture of my face on it, obviously, and not a picture of my feet. It seems like I am, in the sense, this face. And of course, I am not my feet. My feet are more like something that belongs to me, that is a property of me. But the face, we feel, is something we essentially are. And here, in this following exploration, I want to get at that essential identification with the face. I'm not saying that the identification with the face on a more relative level isn't useful. Of course it is. Of course it's absolutely necessary that when I look at a set of pictures that I know which face belongs to me in a sense and which doesn't. These are just functions we need in this relative world of existence. The issue only arises when we think that we essentially and fundamentally are this face. More broadly speaking, we tend to be identified with the body, this whole construct. We assume that there is a kind of permanent separate self which is either identical with the body or exists within the body. But specifically the face is where we usually feel the strongest identification. If, for example, I had extensive surgery on my face and I would look like a completely different person, that would be very disturbing, of course, for everybody who knows me. In a sense, I wouldn't be the same person anymore. If, on the other hand, I completely transformed my body below my face, people would still recognize me as the same person. They would probably just say, "Oh wow, you've changed, you look different." But again, I would still seem like the same person. So far so good. Anybody can understand that. But what I want to point to here is that what we essentially are, our real being, so to say, is not at all something that resides in the body or is the body. I suggest to you that our face is merely an appearance of this true nature, which we really are. My suggestion to you is that we are essentially pure awareness that is taking the perspective of the body-mind. What you really are, this awareness, is right now taking the shape and the form of everything you call the world, including your body. Of course, awareness seems to take the position of the body-mind, but it is just taking the position of it. It is not becoming it. The body in of itself is just another appearance of this awareness. This awareness, if I look down right now, is taking the shape of my body. And the face as well is just another shape this awareness takes. Now amazingly, unlike the rest of my body, I never see my face here. My face is something that is visible from a distance. If I look at a mirror from a couple of meters of distance, I can clearly recognize my face, of course. But I never see it here. The awareness that is taking the shape of the body-mind world right now is not a face and doesn't reside within a face. All of this may seem very abstract to you right now. So let's make it an actual experience. I will guide you through a short exploration which will clearly show that awareness is not essentially limited to or identified with a face. In order to go through this exploration along with me, you will either need a small mirror or you can just use the selfie mode on your phone. That will work just as fine. But it's very important that you actually go through this exploration. If you're just watching this video, the point really won't land. So at this point, stop looking at this video and instead turn towards your room. And if you're standing right now, it would be best to take a seat first before you go any further here. Now sit in a completely relaxed posture and just take in this room that you're seeing right now. Allow the mind to settle for a bit, and we will do that by just following along with the breath for a little while. Just follow the sensation of breathing right now. Your stomach rising and falling, the feeling of it. And there's nothing magical about the breath, of course. Right now we're just sensing into our actual experience. Instead of being conceptual or thinking about anything right now, we are just aware of the experience of breathing. Now let go of the attention of the breath. Let it dissolve and come to a kind of natural openness right now. Just be aware of the entire visual field you are seeing in front of you right now. Usually, we tend to be very focused on specific objects within our visual field. But right now, just be aware of the entire visual field. Everything you're seeing. This kind of circle in which the world in front of you is appearing right now. So there is this openness right now, which includes not just what is directly in front of you, but also your peripheral vision. And allow yourself to drop the attention completely and just rest with this openness in which everything is appearing in front of you right now. Something you can recognize and something that is completely obvious is that you are aware right now. Awareness is present. If awareness wasn't present, you could not have this experience of seeing. But clearly, the experience of seeing is here. The experience of seeing is, in a sense, a testament to the presence of awareness. If you were to take awareness, this awakeness which you are away right now, then of course seeing wouldn't be possible. The presence of awareness is what makes any experience possible, including this experience of seeing the room in front of you right now. I suggest to you that this awareness is your essential being. It is what you always are before you put any labels or restrictions on this being. It is just this unbound openness which doesn't have any specific qualities to it, but is nevertheless obviously present. Because of its presence, the experience of seeing is possible. So just rest as this effortless openness, which you already are, and let everything appear here. And notice that the entirety of your visual field, which includes the room you are seeing, is lit up by this awareness. If you were to take awareness from any part of this visual field, then the vision would obviously disappear. And notice how big this awareness is. It is not some fixated point, some locus of attention. You actually can't even find a boundary to it. And this experience of seeing the room, this visual field, is appearing in this awareness. Or to be more exact, this awareness is taking the shape and the form of this visual field. Now remain as this wide open awareness, this openness. And this is where the mirror or the selfie mode on your phone will come into play. I now want you to raise the mirror right in front of your face so that you can see the reflection of your face in the mirror. I will do this along with you, so if you want, you can also look at the screen for a little bit and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. As you see, the mirror is showing the reflection of your face. But notice that the face, just like the room, is just another appearance of this essential awareness. Notice that this face is not what you essentially are, but is rather just an image that is appearing now at an arm's length away from you. How could this appearance be what you are essentially? Right now, it is obvious that your awareness, which is so big that it is in fact boundless, is holding both the appearance of the room and the appearance of your face. But your face is just another shape appearing in this openness. This openness is taking the shape of this face without ever becoming it. As you can see, the entire visual field is this awareness taking shape. And the face is just such a small part of it. But still, we give this small thing, this small image in the visual field, so much power. We believe that this is what we essentially are, when in reality, this is just a small appearance of awareness. Notice that what is taking in this experience of the face right now is not a face. On the opposite side of the face, so to say, is just this boundless openness, this awake space, which has no dimensions, that is just taking the form of everything you're seeing right now. You can now put the mirror down again, and the face has obviously disappeared, but awareness is still just as present, just as unchanged and unbound. And again, the appearance of the face was just another thing that came and went. So rest easy as this openness, unfixated, completely free, and see that you are never an object. Objects are just shapes this essential being which you really are is taking. Okay, and you can now look back at the screen, at the video. And I hope you found this exploration of what you really are interesting. As you just saw, what you are is not bound to some kind of small appearance which is appearing in awareness. You are this awareness essentially. And what we identify with, the body-mind, is just an appearance of this essential awareness. As I said in the beginning, there is a kind of relative and functional identification. I can notice that awareness is taking the perspective of this body-mind. It seems to be living into a world from this perspective and can, in a relative sense, identify with a body. But the essential thing to notice is that awareness never becomes any of the appearances that it takes. Awareness, just like the screen, always remains what it is essentially. It always remains this untouched, undamaged wholeness, this awake openness. Allow this openness to recognize what it is essentially, and life will just flow on from there. Let me know in the comments if any of this was confusing to you or you weren't able to follow me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you here next time.